from my bum is for they cost $89. I got one from my grandpa and the same one from my father. Pin, all of these pin. How many miles if I lay them end to end?
Funny you should ask that. Assuming 5 inches per pen, 3.5 for the pen itself, 1.5 for the cap, and then simply multiply the number of pen, 1,600 times the total length of pen, 5 inches into 5 by 12 to get the number of feet leaving with us. Oh my god. 666.666. That's the devil's number. That's the devil's number. That's the devil.
1,600 pen.
All right, guys. So we're about to start episode 12, bursting the. Now I think it's bursting the bubble.
Yeah.
No,
But
buble.
Amazon says bursting the buble.
I think it's bursting.
I
I think it's bursting the buble.
Okay. Before we start,
It's bursting the buble, and I think Michael Bublé is in the episode.
Yeah.
And I think they burst him.
I mean, if only we had someone who worked on this episode to give us some answers.
Oh,
I mean-
this is not a place to make childish wishes, Watto.
No.
Watto, what are you doing?
This isn't
What if-
1600 Pinocchio.
But what if we had a guy who played Casanova in this episode?
Casanova, ooh la la.
What if we had DC Pierson?
DC.
Hi, George.
See,
Hi, Watto.
Pierson.
Hi, Patrick.
Hi, DC.
Oh my God.
So we're
What
about
a-
to watch
what a
this
thrill
episode that you're
To
in,
be on with
DC.
you guys. I'm excited. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you for
coming.
being here.
This
Um,
is such an honor. I'm such a huge fan of both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, DC.
And it's the Venn diagram of 1600 Penn and George Lucas and Watto is
Yeah.
Yeah.
so clear.
It's a short
And-
walk. It's a short walk.
DC, have you seen Star Wars?
I have seen Star Wars. I am
Pretty
one of the
good,
people-
huh?
I'm one of the small, tight cult of people who grew up on it.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I consider it a major influence.
Wow.
Let's start this episode.
Wait, hold on. We have a scoop here.
Wait a second.
DC grew up on Star Wars.
Okay, let's talk about it once we start the episode.
All right. Now, DC, is this episode solve a little? Maybe you can weigh in here. Is this episode called "Bursting the Bubble" or "Bursting the Buble"?
I believe it's called "Bursting the Bubble."
Okay.
This may have been something you might have wanted to ask Mike, but I think that maybe "Bursting the Buble" was in an earlier. That might have been on a whiteboard early on when they were like, "Can we get Michael Bublé?
We burst him.
He's on tour."
That might have been what was
Let's just go
on.
"Bursting the Bubble." That would be
Peter-
our fallback choice will be "Bursting the Bubble."
Right.
Yeah.
That was probably on Knight's whiteboard, right?
Yeah,
that he wouldn't
earlier.
let us see.
Yeah. All right, let's start this episode. Here we go.
Because Amazon calls this "Bursting the Buble."
George, we're getting behind. We gotta do this.
No, we're not. Are they going to shut down the StreamYard?
No.
Okay, ready?
I just like staying on schedule. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Now, I have a question right out the gates. Okay. Your name is DC Pierson.
Wait,
Correct.
hang on. Are we about to talk to DC about this show?
Yeah.
Talking DC with DC.
That's the segment.
That's one of my favorite custom graphics featuring my name and face of quarantine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a
Yes.
top 5.
Did you
Yeah,
make that?
cool.
Where did that come from?
Don't worry about it.
Fair enough. So this is my question. Sometimes
Yes.
as an actor, you
Mhm.
feel this is the role I was born to play. Like you get the
Right.
sense of just like, this feels like destiny. For Watto, that was Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, because George literally created me on the computer in order to play that role.
Right.
I was quite literally born to play that role. Hold
Watto.
on 1 second. I'm looking at this outfit that Skip is wearing on screen.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like he has a hoodie on
Wow.
and then he's trying to identify the zipper. And then underneath, over that hoodie, there is a snuggie.
Wow. Wow, Watto.
Watto, wow.
Who would have thought? Let's all hold them up.
Whoa.
Hold our tags up.
Hold our certificates and our tags.
All three of us are wearing original screen-worn outfits.
That's more genuine 1600 pen paraphernalia that I have, and I was on the show.
I mean, you're seeing 3 adult men, 2 of whom are wearing outfits intended for 12-year-old Amara Miller, and the 3rd of which is wearing Josh Gad's own Snuggie.
I feel confident in saying that this live stream today is the most original 1600 pen costumes that have been worn in tandem since the show, with the exception of the show itself. No other show has featured this many items of original 1600 pen wardrobe.
We should get Guinness to verify this, because it feels like we're probably breaking a record here.
We're not only breaking we're not breaking the record. 1600 pen obviously set the record. We haven't broken that. They wore the most 1600 pen clothes of anybody.
But George, you yourself just said what the record is. Most 1600 pen costumes worn in tandem since the production of 1600 pen. That's the record.
Yes.
Now, DC, I have a very important question for you.
Yes.
When you got this audition, you open up your sides. I don't know if it was still you were getting messengered hard copies or you were clicking on a link. But you open up.
This was in the link. This was in the link era.
Okay, so you're clicking a link.
Click the link.
It's going like this, boop, and you're seeing it, and the first line it says, "Interior, someplace, Washington D.C." Did you think it's a sign?
Originally, I just thought it was sometimes they'll watermark your script so that you shouldn't leak it or whatever. Right. And originally, I just thought, oh, this takes place in Washington State, and this watermark is misplaced.
Sure.
Very sort of ironically, ended up in the wrong place. And then after a second, I said, okay, 1600 Penn, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. And by that time, it was time to go to the audition.
Yes. But you must have felt like I got a little bit of an inside track on this. None of these other actors who are auditioning for this role have literally been living as DC their entire lives. Maybe some of them lived in DC, but they haven't lived as DC.
As somebody who, when they're placing like a takeout order, will often say, if for whatever reason the person I'm saying what name the order is for doesn't understand what I'm saying because they're in a loud restaurant, I will often say DC like Washington DC. Yes. So this felt like it was a really full circle moment. I think. And
I assume they back on the phone to you say, "Oh, Washington D.C. like the location that the sitcom 1600 Penn was set around."
Exactly.
Yes.
The 1600 Penn really put the White House on the map.
Yeah.
People weren't talking about it back then. No. Can I also point out that the outfits that the two of you purchased off of eBay were on screen for not just a full scene, but for a good percentage of the episode.
Mine was on 2 episodes.
Yeah,
two episodes.
Mine was only in the epilogue.
Yeah.
Watto seems to have paid a good amount of money, more honestly, for shipping than the actual item itself, because it was quite heavy, as the seller said, to purchase an item that appeared on screen for all of 1 second.
Yes, but I will say this, Watto, you also, first of all, the fact that it was only slightly worn is a selling point, because it was worn, but it wasn't like he's lounging around in it for hours and hours. It was one brief scene.
I should also point out I'm wearing the sweatpants as well.
Yeah, also, I could imagine Watto being quite comfortable wearing that outfit on a number of occasions, just lounging around the house, having fun. Whereas I don't think that I'm ever going to find another opportunity where I feel like I want to wear this little girl's outfit.
Right. Sure.
I would be shocked if I wore this little girl's outfit that I had to slit down the side because it didn't fit.
Whereas this is classic loungewear.
Classic.
This is quarantine couture.
Yes. Anyways. DC, what was the set like? Tell us about the set.
Yeah, tell us your memories.
So
tell us some stories about the set.
I'm only in one scene, or I'm in one location. I'm in a couple of scenes, I guess, technically, but I'm in one location.
Much like my outfit.
Right. Yeah. The princess and Josh Gad end up escaping the bubble, so to speak, and they're at a rave.
This sounds like Star Wars. This sounds like Star Wars.
It is a little bit. It is very Cantina. It is
who was also? You know who was also only in one location? Darth Vader.
Yeah.
That's
really.
I know he's in a couple, but Grand Moff Tarkin. Grand Moff Tarkin.
And do you know who also helped the princess escape?
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker and Han.
Right.
It was arguably a joint effort.
The Venn diagram is coalescing even further. It's going past the point of just being a circle to now being, it's narrowing even further.
No, yes.
So how many days are we talking? We talking 1 day? We talking
1 day.
One day.
Player.
One day.
SWF, start, work, finish.
That must have been tough to have one single day be that much head and shoulders better than every other day of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hard thing in this sort of like nomadic lifestyle of show business where you're constantly, you know, picking up and moving and sort of logging onto a new production. And all of us have those jobs where we go, man, I wish I could have stayed on that forever. To have that be only 1 day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a dream. I felt like I was in a bubble a little bit. It was a time where I finally got to play a character who's sort of meant to represent a vague subculture that you're not sure whether it's sort of hipster or Burning Man or steampunk. And I finally got to sort of personify that subculture. I felt like, I mean, you'll see it, but I felt as though I was dressed. I haven't seen the movie, but I felt like I was dressed a little bit like Tanuki Mario meets Matthew McConaughey in Sahara.
Wow.
Sure.
And I meant to sort of just represent, I'm like the voice of the weirdness of this rave that the princess and Josh Gad will end up at here momentarily.
Oh, wow.
DC, I feel like for people who don't know, and we're about to see you on screen, for a good number of years, you had very long hair, very long beard.
Yes.
And it feels like you really found a pocket for yourself, playing members of subcultures that writers don't want to specifically define. You know, just like this guy looks like he's part of something.
Yes, exactly. That he's sort of, you can project, or your parents can project whatever their ideas about like a young person at their office. Do I like them? Do I not like them? Is that
some kid who's into something.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's
now,
very, yes.
Now, DC, I know, despite your name, you are in a Marvel movie.
Correct.
And there's
was that the conflict of interest? Was that the opposite when you got inside?
Wait, also a Marvel movie that primarily takes place in Washington, D.C.
So round and round and round. That must have been.
I only take roles that involve me being able to pun on my own name and other people being able to pun on my own name.
Yes.
So that gives a little bit of what you call like a little bit of room talk, you know, when you get into the audition room and you can kind of, you know, they can make the joke, you can make the joke, you've already made it, they make it, you can tag it. And so that's really been that's sort of where I live.
Because I'm just imagining the roller coaster of you open up the sides, first page, it says interior, Marvel Cinematic Universe. You go, fuck, this is the opposite of where I belong. Then dash, Apple Store. You go, huh? That kind of works with the beard and the hair. Let's see where it is city-wise. And another dash, Washington, D.C. And you went, I'm back in.
I will say I genuinely did not know until I got to be costume fitting for Captain America, Winter Soldier, that I was an Apple Store employee. And even then I kind of had to infer it. Wow. I didn't see a script until I actually got there.
Very secret. So what was the audition process like?
Well, we're in the rave.
We're in the rave. We're in the rave. Got to keep our head on a swivel in this rave.
Now, DC, are we in under 5? Are we in over 5? What are we talking here?
I'm pretty sure I'm an under 5. I think I might only have 2 actual lines. But
Wow.
I'm in a couple of scenes. So like we're saying, you know, start, work, finish again on the call sheet. That means we're starting today and we're done today. And I probably got there at 5 in the morning, and I feel very tired. And I'm thrilled that pretty much everything I ever do, I never get to get into a rhythm with it.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm ever on screen being seen by millions of people, I'm very tired.
Yes.
Basically a creature cantina sequence.
As I remember, there's no extremely cantina sequence. Yes, very much so.
That must have been a thrill because, as you said, you grew up on Star Wars.
It was very big for me, and I think Skip might directly reference the cantina scene. I'm not sure. He does have a lot of
like Star Wars. Skip Gilchrist likes Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars is a running theme for Skip. It appears to be a high-level urban dungeon populated by trickster sprites. It sounds like he's sort of laying the groundwork for your character who we're about to meet.
Oh,
I recognize this.
Question is, where aren't we? Called card.
Did you come up with that bit of business with the hands, or were you directed to do that?
I'm genuinely not sure if that was me or I was directed to do that, but it definitely was supposed to be dramatic, and it did feel chaotic. We were in like a warehouse in downtown LA, and you just constantly have a second AD going like, keep the energy up, and they play music and then they stop it when the actual scene starts.
So you've been awake since, 4 something in the morning, if not earlier. You get to set around 5. What time do you think, from your memory, cameras were rolling?
That's a good question. I think probably 8 o'clock maybe.
Yeah. So it's like 7 or 8 a.m. Most people are just beginning their day. You've been awake for a couple hours, probably still feeling groggy, and they say, now pretend you're up late on drugs at a rave.
Which actually not the worst thing to tell you to do at that time of the day.
Sure.
I want to point out, just about $200 away from, at the end of this stream, watching National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets, with star of 1600 Penn, Amara Miller, unless something else came up in her life.
Another film that takes place largely in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Okay, so DC, you were in Captain America. Are there any other comic characters, their movies that you would want to be in? It can be from whatever.
Oh, sure. I mean, I kind of lucked out because I am not ripped. I don't have an intimidating physique whatsoever. So the fact that I got to be in a comic book movie and just be a normal person who I would normally play in like a commercial or something was pretty exciting. I sort of lucked out on that. I feel like if I'm going to be in something else, it's going to have to be sort of a like Terry Zwigoff-esque biographical comic of just a guy who lives in a town.
Look, you could pull a Pratt. You could pull a Pratt. They could cast you, and you could just decide, I guess I'm sacrificing pizza for the rest of my life and becoming a borderline conservative.
We'll move on. DC, so do you have any other favorite comic characters? Like, there's Captain America, there's Black Widow, all that stuff. But is there anyone else that you really go for?
I'm one of the only people that grew up on Spider-Man. I feel like especially the amount of people who really liked Star Wars and Spider-Man growing up, again, is a really, really small.
Yeah. So you're a Marvel guy through and through.
I have to say, I don't mean this as an insult, DC, but you are such a fucking nerd. To like Spider-Man and Star Wars, these are niche things. The nerdiest people like them.
Yeah.
But
I know, I go so deep, and I'm definitely not somebody that just has a broad swath of pretty normal stuff that they like.
No, so you've read a comic book before?
I even had Watto. I even had a subscription to Spider-Man growing up. Spider-Man would show up in my house.
So cool.
DC, did you kiss the princess?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we were meant to be making out, and it was genuinely embarrassing because after we went to do it the first time, Hannah was like, "Okay," and that's when I realized I should have just been like, "How do you want to do this so we don't have to do this?" But the feeling is just and Watto, I don't know if you ever had to do a screen kiss or anything like that, but it's very awkward. You just feel like everyone's watching us. I just met this person.
Yeah.
And then ultimately you see it and you're like, oh, it was barely anything. We were on screen for
yes,
2
no,
seconds.
they were all cut out. But Watto originally demanded several scenes in which he kisses Amidala, and they were uncomfortable for her. It's physically, it's hard to work around the Watto nose.
Yeah, it honestly, it brought the film to a screeching halt. It just did not serve the story.
It was really long too. It was like a long.
It was originally it was so that like young Anakin would see that and think, I'm going to marry that woman someday.
Right. Because it's like an Oedipal thing. Like Watto's kind of a father figure for him, and he's like, I want to kiss who my kind of daddy is.
It was an Oedipal arrangement.
Right.
And DC, I want to say to you that
an Oedipal arrangement?
An Oedipal arrangement.
As opposed to an edible arrangement.
Yes,
no,
yes. It was an Oedipal arrangement. And we opened that shop shortly thereafter. It did not do well.
Now, DC, I don't know that you realize this, and it may be that you're too close to it. As a Star Wars fan and as a character in this episode, but do you realize what you are on 1600 Penn?
Do tell.
Well, I'll give you a little hint. You kiss the princess. Now, who do you think that makes you? Who kisses the princess?
Her brother?
That's right. You're her brother.
You're her brother.
Wow.
I didn't realize that.
Breaking 1600 Penn canon news right here. Do you think they would have addressed that in later seasons?
Yeah, they only had 13 episodes to get.
Oh, the Snuggie's back on screen.
Wow.
Hey, all right.
It's becoming a better and better value by the second.
Oh, it's going up. DC, I mean, you undersold your role in this. You said it was an under 5. You didn't mention it was an under 5 plus first. 2 lines plus first base. We kid.
Do you have the dad from the critic on your forehead?
No, it's actually a drawing.
It stinks.
Look, it looks like Jay Sherman saying Ackham, but in fact, it is Penn, famed magician,
full screen
and libertarian.
That's why you were going to draw Teller later. I understand.
Right, it was a stretch goal.
I think I came in post-Penn, but after you were talking about drawing Teller, I thought it was the dad from the critic who would say stuff like "boola boola."
Yes, no, great character, Jay Sherman.
Yes, starring John Lovitz from News Radio, which we discussed earlier.
Who's very different from John Lovett, co-creator of 1600 Penn. You see, these things are all connected.
Yes.
And 1600 Penn is spelled with 2 N's, like
Penn. Okay, I understand now. It's fully...
Yes. Once again, very short walk. Very short walk.
I mean, I just want to bring it up. The reason I was asking if you had any other favorite comic characters is because of your name.
Oh, right.
Talking DC with DC.
Patrick, do you realize that we are now so close to me getting my own MSNBC show just on the basis that you put in the work?
I'll let them use that. I'll let them use them. It's fine. Fine. Yeah.
Do you have any favorite DC characters?
Do you like the famous poem Casey at the Bat?
I you know what? I did have a picture book of Casey at the Bat growing up that I would read. It was the big 3 of really underground nerddom. Star Wars.
Yes.
Spider-Man. Casey at the Bat. The Holy
Yeah, because that
not
way,
baseball in general.
because that way you could be on Sunday nights on MSNBC and they just change the spelling of KCDC.
Yeah.
If they give you a show where you talk about that poem.
Oh, I see. So every week we come on and it's like now reading Casey at the Bat.
There is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.
Now,
and every week I declare that Casey is a different guy. Like, who's Casey in Washington this week? This time it's Newt Gingrich.
We should give DC a 1600 Penn name, right?
yes. Before we do, I just have one final question. DC.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite sort of 70s funk band that crossed over into popular music? Was it
I don't have it.
KC and the Sunshine Band? You don't have it, really?
I don't have it. I'm sorry. I don't have it.
This is why you should preview. This is why you preview bits with us, because we'll give you additional ones.
We asked you to show your hand. I was feeling pretty confident you had DC Talks Casey.
No. So DC.
Yes.
We're gonna give you a 1600 pen name.
This is a real website that was created for this event.
A public utility.
Yeah. So this is your name.
Nationalize 1600pen.me.
Yes.
Too important to be owned by private enterprise, especially in an election year.
Yes. Can you confirm that this is spelled correctly? Everything looks good.
I actually am more pretentious than that. I don't spell it with periods.
Wow.
Oh.
I don't know when I decided to do that, but I did, and all it means is that I have to correct people a lot, and I get to be pretentious and annoying every single time.
Hey,
Now,
that's more dots. That's
Hey.
more dots for us to use in the opening crawl of Star Wars movies.
Can we ask?
Okay.
Thank you for your service.
So I'm gonna hit next.
Okay.
Working. Okay, DC, how political are you?
On a scale of 1 to 4, 4 being the most political.
And answer honestly. Don't virtue signal. Answer honestly.
I would say 3. I aspire to be a 4, but I'm mostly about a 3, unfortunately.
That's the most popular one. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna hit next. Working. Your 1600 pen name is 1600 DC.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Perfect.
That's a good one.
That sounds like it could have been a name for the show itself.
It's almost a real address.
It's almost.
Yeah,
You're missing a couple things in the middle.
If you were a big 1600 pen fan, and then your mom told your new stepdad that, and then he got you the DVD for Christmas, and then it was 1600 DC, and you were like, I like 1600 pen, but you realized that he made the effort.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a good guy. He was trying his hardest.
He was trying.
Best.
So Michael Bublé did not appear in that episode at all.
No.
Which definitely counts against my theory that the title is accurate on Amazon Prime, Bursting the Bublé.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants to add
I think they were deriving it directly from like maybe an early breakdown that NBC provided. I don't know if it was like an upfronts or something back when they actually thought it was going to be.
If anyone wants to ask Michael Bublé why this episode is called Bursting the Bublé, I believe he's on social media.
And if anyone wants to ask Michael Bublé to come on the George Lucas talk show and debate us in the public sphere, that coward has been avoiding us for years.
We're fine. So we're at 4521, which means we are $70 away from watching National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets tonight.
But it also means that George needs to inflate the BB-8.
Oh, yeah. George, you want to start?
DC's been such a great guest. We should let him see this.
Yeah. Hold on.
This is one of the rarest.
This is just for me. This is just for me, right? You're going to take it off. This is just going to be on closed circuit. No one
will ever see it. No one will ever see it.
Here's an interesting little factoid.
Yes.
Is that so? Michael Bublé didn't show up when the call came out. When the call went out for episode 12 of 1600 Pen.
Yeah.
Michael Bublé was nowhere to be found.
No.
But hold on. But what is he most known for? If you go to IMDb?
Yeah.
He's known for singing.
The soundtrack to Spider-Man 2.
Whoa.
Maybe if he'd known that there was such a big Spider-Man fan in 1600 Pen, he would have shown up for Bursting the Bublé.
I never knew that Michael Bublé was such a fucking nerd.
Huge nerd. I used to see him all the time at the, get this, comic book shop.
Oh my God.
Video store. All the places that were constantly getting raided by roving squads of jocks handing out left and right.
Right. I'll tell you what they wasn't getting raided by: cheerleaders. Am I right?
Unfortunately, Watto, you're right. When you're right, you're right.
George,
so fucking nerdy.
I'll take the hit. I'll take the hit, Watto. That's a fair cop.
So fucking nerdy, and no girls are nerds.
No girls.
Nope.
Oh, girls are nerds.
Completely exclusive. It's important to be a huge dick about it.
All dogs are boys. All cats are girls.
Mm-hmm.
No girls are nerds.
Correct. Okay, so George is inflating the BB-8. Now, this takes a lot of energy, and more importantly, DC, it takes a lot of oxygen. So you're going to see slowly, actually not that slowly, the color of George's face transform radically.
Oh boy.
Now, I want you to notice, DC, how red his face has gotten in relation to how little the BB-8 has inflated so far. This is what makes people donate money in order to see this kind of thing happen. Because it is a Herculean effort. It is sort of a Fitzcarraldo-esque challenge for him to inflate this BB-8.
It's our Sisyphus. It's our Sisyphus and anyone's Sisyphus, I think.
Yes. It never stops.
Can somebody go back in and add pan flute noises?
Wow, your laugh. That's a good laugh.
Thank you. It also it never stops being funny watching the cheeks puff up. There's something about the redness of the face and the cheeks puffing up to their fullest extent. Because that's how much oxygen it takes.
Everyone is pointing out, DC, a few minutes ago, George ate a whole bowl of Dr. Pepper baked beans. That is now what the inside of this BB-8 smell like.
Do you just want to click and drag this over to the to a Dropbox and send out to Dr. Pepper Beans people as an ad?
Yes. George, you gotta go quicker. This is taking a while.
I'm wondering. I mean, we've raised a lot of money for a lot of different organizations over these weeks. I'm almost wondering if we've raised more money just having George inflate and deflate BB-8 over and over again on OnlyFans.
Oh boy.
George.
Summer fun at the beach.
Now, Andy T. Jerem is asking, do you think this is the inflatable BB-8 that has been inflated and deflated the most times? This might be another record we've broken here.
How many times, realistically, Watto, do you think this has been?
Well, it's happened on every live stream.
And
right?
This is our 9th live stream, and he's done it at least twice a live stream.
And many of them, he's done it 4 times.
Yeah. Wow. DC, people are asking any new books on the horizon. I've loved them both.
Oh, the boy who never slept and never had to.
Yeah. In addition to making the pretentious choice to not have periods in my name, so I would always have something to correct people about, I decided to name my first book The Longest Thing, that's the most full of like prepositions and weird clauses. There's a million ways to say it, all of which are correct.
Yeah.
I am gearing up to hopefully finally write another one. I haven't.
Awesome.
I would like to. Thank you. That's very flattering. Thank you for asking.
Your second novel, very short, punchy title, Crap Kingdom.
That's right. Yes. I was going in the other direction, and then I'm going to veer all the way back with this next one. It's going to be the first book where the title is also just the book.
It's the whole thing.
The inside for title.
Yes.
Pages 1 through 316.
Yes. I mean, look, get you a novelist who can do both. That's what Watto always says. He always says it. It rarely applies, but it does.
I remember cracking open those Phantom Menace trading cards because, like I said, I'm a huge nerd, and on Watto's card on the back it said like choice quote.
Yes, get you a novelist.
You can do both. And I said, I'm excited for this movie. I hope it canonically establishes that there are angels in the Star Wars universe.
Absolutely. Padme looks like one.
That's the question. Are you an angel?
Yes. He was asking.
Are you an angel?
He was asking.
It feels wrong. It's funny how wrong something can feel. Not that I thought it felt wrong in the in the world of Star Wars for there to be.
You know, because there's that classic pickup line. What's the one? Was your father a thief? Because and then they say, oh, why are you accusing my father of that? And then you say because he must have stolen the stars and put them in your eyes.
Oh, the one I've heard is because he smuggled 2 hams and shoved them down the back of your dress. But Watto and George hang out in different
places. But that's the call forward when little Anakin sees Padme and says, "Are you an angel?"
Yes.
Because he knows she's gonna die.
It's a pickup line and a neg at the same time.
Yeah.
He's reminding her that
you're gonna die of sadness after giving birth to my babies.
You are but mortal.
You are but mortal.
Yes.
Oh boy, DC.
DC.
You came
Do
at
you think that's the most morbid thought that's ever been powered vocally by Dr. Pepper Bean Breath?
Call Guinness. It might be.
I imagine not. I imagine people are very sad when they're eating it.
I'm not done.
Mortality related.
I'll say this. I'm not even sure that that's the most morbid thought ever vocalized by Dr. Pepper Bean Breath by a man in his 70s wearing a little girl's sweater.
Oh boy.
No one has ever said anything happy with Dr.
On a sun
Pepper.
porch. On what appears to be a sun porch.
Yes.
Ooh, it's warm and I'm full of beans and I'm wearing a sweater and I want people to donate money because there's another thing. I have a guess. I mean, I don't think we're going to make it. I truly don't think we're going to make it.
Let's say this. We're at 4561, which means we are about $30 away from watching National Treasure 2, Book of Secrets with Amara Miller.
Yes.
After the stream.
Yes.
Now
live on the stream.
I don't think we're going to make it to 8,000, which means I don't think I'm going to ever get to invite my guest host out here to be on the show.
And it's a shame because I have called up a good friend of mine to be a guest sidekick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so neither of us would be on the show then.
I'm looking. He's right over here in the same room as me.
I'll be here.
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
I'll ask it in the private chat.
Okay. I was going to say, DC, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
You're great.
Thank you for having me, y'all.
We love having you. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Donors, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. 1600 DC signing off.
We love it.
You.
See you, buddy.
What a nerd. What a nerd.
What a nerd. What a real nerd.
I wanted to steal his lunch money.
Yeah. So we're about to start the finale.
Wow.
I can't believe this. This is like last week we had to say goodbye to Arliss, and it was hard after 7 weeks. But now we just met the Gilchrists.
And entire family?
Yeah. So let's say this. We're on the finale.
Yes.
Who better to bring on?
Who better?
Than a co-creator.
What?
A co-creator.
Than an executive producer. Than a director of 9 of the 13 episodes.
9, that's a full Skywalker.
Age like a fine winer.
Here he is.
Oh, Jason, thank you so much.
Jason.
Honestly, it's just an honor to be talking to you, George.
Well, I tell you, I'm admiring your work. I've seen this is a story about family. It's a story about power and about how a family survives. Mm-hmm. How do they survive each other?
That's right.
Yeah.
It was a mistimed story about family, but one that has themes that could endure, I think, and I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll also say this: we've been having fun watching it.
Great time watching.
It's been fun.
The thing. The network marketed the show in such a way that made it seem embarrassing. And perhaps some of your other guests have hearkened on this. We were embarrassed about. I still can't look at the poster; it makes me nauseous.
The poster was like this. It was like,
yeah.
I remember the poster.
It was a crazy series of compromises and pressure and deadlines, and us fighting with them to not make it look like that.
Right.
And they had, believe it or not, their original concept was worse, and that's how we ended up with that.
You're telling me that what we saw as the publicity campaign was the special edition?
Yeah.
Wow. So what was the original? What was the original version?
Yeah. Do you remember the original?
It was the family crossing the Delaware, the famous Washington crossing the Delaware.
Yeah.
But with Andre Holland's character rowing.
Okay.
You know what we said? You can't do that. You can't.
No.
You can't.
No.
There were undertones that were unacceptable. That
Do you think,
frankly, believe that they didn't see.
Do you think they did that to trick you into saying yes to the second version?
The second version was just like, we're up against a deadline and we have to put something in Entertainment Weekly. You have to approve this. I literally had a screaming conversation with one of the top people about it. And basically, by the time the show aired, people were already mad at the show because they hated, because the marketing looks so silly. And to be fair, Mike Royce came on board and like honestly grounded the show because Lovett, Gad, and I were all nuts and swinging for the fences, and you know Royce was the only one that understood how to do a marathon and not a sprint.
Yeah.
Am I getting too much into the nitty gritty of this?
No. We've been waiting.
We wanted the nitty gritty.
13 episodes. We've been waiting to get down into this.
So Royce really grounded it, and frankly, I think he made the show smart. But it was too bad because people had already decided it was silly based on the marketing and the significantly broader pilot.
I will say truly, Watto has been surprised watching these episodes how different they are from my imagined version of the show 8 years ago.
And also, I mean,
right.
Hollywood, where bad ideas go to live. You rejected that, and then they went and sold it to Veep.
Well, the Veep's version didn't have the racist undertone.
Correct. No.
It had Kevin Dunn.
You could do Veep's version. That's fine.
Yeah.
No, you can have Kevin Dunn rowing. That's fine.
That's right.
Yeah. Here, let's
Jason, hold on. It's as if you heard a voice at that pivotal moment when you needed the show to be grounded. You heard a voice in your head say, Jason, use the Royce.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
And then the Royce was with you.
George.
Always.
Come on, George.
What do you mean?
All right, so
that was
we're
worth it. Come on. That was
The Royce is here. I heard the Royce was participating. We
talked
we've
to the
had
Royce.
here. Let's go through who we've had.
Yeah.
We've had Amara Miller. We've had Peter Knight. We've had Benjamin Stockham. We've had Rory O'Malley, guest star in episode 6, Skip the Tour.
Right?
We had Susan Park. We had Laura Guten Peterson. We had Dan Hernandez. We had Benji Sammet. We had Mike Royce. We had guest star DC Pierson. And now we got the whiner, baby. We got the whiner.
And I want to say this, and Watto, you might want to put your. I noticed you've changed your costume. I think this is an impressive thing to show.
Yeah, I just was sweating so much.
I know, I am too. I'm outside in 90-degree heat, Watto. We are all wearing costumes from 1600 Penn.
You guys, you're the super fans we always needed.
Super fans needed.
Yeah, these are all.
As a revered filmmaker and a filmic character, to be wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, we're
now,
doing
two of us are wearing marigold costumes that were. I'll show again. Let's give the full body fashion show before we start the episode.
Okay, sure.
I think because
here I'll let Bryson, if you could cut back and forth between the three of us, that would be great. George, you're up first.
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta adjust my camera angle. Hold on.
I want to be clear. George is wearing yellow jeans that used to fit Amara Miller. They do not fit George.
Wow.
This is mine. The pants were too tight, so I had to cut them to fit.
This is a DB. That's a DB outfit, right?
This is Marigold one.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. This was when they were on the farm, and then this is a GAD original for 112. We got a Snuggie and a sweatshirt.
You guys are really committed. I'm just proud to be a part of this. I'm sad to say I didn't wear this T-shirt while I was directing, but had I known that this wardrobe was a part of this, I would have dressed in something I wore to direct one of those episodes.
It's okay. It's okay. All right, let's.
Really
want to start this episode.
You found some surprising enjoyment, and it's not what you thought it was, which is, I think, the experience the entire audience had.
Yeah, we're having fun, and I think people watching are having fun too. Everybody seems to be on board. Here, let's start. Jason, if you want to watch along, you can. If you want to just talk, that's fine too.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I got it set up to watch.
Okay, so we will start, and then turn your sound down and put the closed captions on. That's the best way to do it.
That's the best way.
All right, so we will start in 1, 2, 3. George, do you want to ask Jason the question you've been asking everybody?
Yeah, I really do.
And
now
you have the photo ready, right?
I do.
I have.
No, I do.
Oh, I have it as well.
Yeah, but I have a better
No,
quality.
but it could apply to it. You have a better one?
Yeah.
All right. So in episode 3, there is a refrigerator shot. And in the refrigerator, we see 2 gourds. Do you remember why 2 gourds were chosen? Are those gourds? What do you remember about this?
Well, George, like you, I'm very specific with
This is what we've heard. We've heard that.
People have said that. They've said you're specific.
In every frame.
Yes.
I said there is no way this is a mistake. This is a directorial choice.
That's right.
I immediately thought of the iconic shot from episode 4, A New Hope, where you see the 2 suns on the horizon.
Yeah.
That was not a mistake. That was not an accident. They didn't accidentally throw up 2 suns. I said, I want 2 suns.
Yeah.
And here I look at this and I think this is no mistake. This is the work of a director.
Well, first of all, I need to know, just for the record, did I direct episode 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's never a question I have to ask myself. I know I directed episode 3.
You always know.
Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith.
But we're episode 3, so you want to dance, so you don't want to dance.
So you don't want to dance.
Yeah.
I remember it well.
Unmistakably a whiner. We recognize your eye behind the camera.
Because there was that big complex. Now, this is foreshadowing. And you'll see it's foreshadowing from the end. But what we're saying here, and by the way, we're at the title sequence now.
Yes.
This title sequence fucking rocks.
Yeah.
For
It's
a comedy,
great.
it's cool as shit.
It's
Yeah.
great.
The fact we heard was Amara is holding dirt in her photos, and I guess she took that photo while they were filming The Descendants. That is what she
of
said.
The Descendants.
Yeah.
It was a little tip of the cap to how we found Amara.
Or
We'd just seen the movie, and we were like, we got to get her.
or maybe it means that The Descendants is canon within the 1600 Penn verse.
That's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, those gourds are. It has to do with the impending pregnancy. With what's coming.
Wow.
And that is an episode 3 reference.
Yeah.
Episode 3. This is.
Yeah.
You know that there. I try not to see Star Wars everywhere I go. But when it's right in front of you, I saw it. I thought there's something there. That was a Star Wars moment.
Wow.
Jason, you have to understand. We've been watching this show for over 6 hours now. Every single person who's come on, George has asked them about the gourds. Every single person has said, I don't know. There's no meaning behind it. George, stop barking up this tree.
Well, you
thought
weren't,
George was crazy.
you weren't
We
asking the right person.
You're right.
But then Dan and Benji did say that it was a call forward to something that happens in the finale.
Here we
Do you
go.
remember that?
This is Jason.
All I'm saying is, look at DB's chest right now.
Yeah.
I mean, does it remind you of anything?
That's 2 sons.
it almost feels like Dan came on wearing the Jedi robe, right?
Yeah.
And he was like the ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi saying, go to Master Yoda for the answers. Except he was saying, wait until Weiner comes on. Like he was pointing us towards the person who could reveal the truth. And the answer is so much fucking better than we ever could have anticipated.
What a payoff.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I'm watching these scenes, and like the transitions between these scenes are sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you a little something different every time.
And you know who was a previous king of transitions?
Yeah.
George Lucas doing those wipes.
Right.
Wait, now, Jason, do you know the history of the Oval Office, your Oval Office set?
Yes, it was an Oval Office set for another show. I believe for Scandal.
We didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I see. I think
Shondaland.
that's the answer we're looking for of maybe the show it went to afterwards.
It did go afterwards.
Because
yes, our show, but we inherited it from another, because there's several standing rentable Oval Office sets, and they're like finite. We had to like get one of them.
We think we have the answer.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. We have heard National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets.
Possible.
And I believe you said it in an interview. So I think it's probably.
But this one feels very solid.
And then the second one is Gina Davis's TV show Commander in Chief.
That's what you were thinking of?
I think it's quite possible, and this is going to be very satisfying, that both are true.
Because we're trying to piece this together.
Because that's what I'm saying. It gets passed. Yeah.
Benji and Dan said, I believe, that they remembered seeing a note, a Post-it note on the back of the wall saying Commander-in-Chief. Like with an episode number.
Yeah, and then it went to Scandal after us.
That's what we were trying to solve, because Royce knew that it went somewhere else, but he couldn't remember where.
I think it was Scandal. Scandal had an inferior one. We had a good one, and they once we got canceled, they upgraded to ours.
So you're saying that if you watch Scandal, you will see an inferior Oval Office and then an upgrade midway.
Here is a quote from Jason Weiner.
Wow.
Our pilot's Oval Office walls were used on West Wing, and those are the permanent set were a Nicolas Cage movie. I know this because I saw the world's national treasure written on Sharpie on the back of them.
That is a sentence that you laughed. You didn't say it. You laughed. That's a very long sentence to laugh.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know this because I saw, you're laughing through every word.
We don't want
from Mary Poppins.
I was just thrilled somebody was interviewing me about the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To the point where I was giggling. I just giggled the whole time.
I can't believe all the reveals. These are the answers we've been looking for. For 13 episodes, we've been asking questions.
I'm here to give you payoffs, baby.
Yeah. This is it. So I'm looking at your IMDb, and this is the first time you directed this many episodes in a show.
No, I had directed almost the entire first season of Modern Family.
Oh, I see. I'm looking at IMDb wrong.
It would put IMDb would put Modern Family later because it ended later.
But this was the first show I co-created, so that was
Yeah. That's exciting. Something we had been asking people, were there any stories that you remember wanting to do that maybe didn't get made for some reason or another?
Well, you're going to see something's going to happen at the end of this. Gives you a big promise for the future of the series.
Oh boy!
Okay.
Oh boy!
So, you're going to have to watch carefully for it because, in true network fashion, it will have credits running over it.
You just had an Empire Strikes Back reference. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
A lot of Star Wars references.
A lot of Star Wars references over the course of this season.
Me like you.
I will say it is unexpected. We were not expecting as much Star Wars crossover on the show as we actually got.
There is a lot because we had a lot of fans in the writers' room. Dan and Benji, I think, chief amongst them.
A lot of nerds.
And then you also have Josh, who's a big fan.
Yeah.
So they made Skip a fan.
Yeah. Even DC Pierson said he grew up with Star Wars.
Crazy.
Who grows up with Star Wars?
Nerds.
Such a rare thing to say.
And Jason, you have to understand, usually George is really reaching to find Star Wars parallels in whatever we're watching.
What are you talking about?
He'll do it. He'll go, I guess that's a reference to me because I did this thing. The fact that you're just laying them up, giving them to us on a plate, it makes our jobs a lot easier.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
It really is.
We should do a fundraising update.
Yes. What are we up to right now?
Now, 1 second. We are up to, boy.
What?
We are going to have to watch National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets following this stream. It's on Disney Plus, so people can watch along with us.
It's like a prequel, so you understand where these walls came from.
Yes. Jason, you might also know this question. It was something we talked about with Dan and Benji.
Yeah.
Do you remember if there was a Bible for the show that talked about when real life presidents ended and when fake presidents began? Do you understand what I'm asking?
Yes. I think we used literally, because it was a comedy, this sounds cheap, but we used the exact same rule as West Wing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which was you can make references to real presidents up to Kennedy. And then after that, you didn't reference anything. So that was the same rule as West Wing.
Yeah.
Now we asked Dan and Benji, did you in your mind have fictional presidents who were the previous administrations And what they said to us was that you might have had names that you kept stored in your mind. This is what they said to us.
In the Weiner vault.
They said that you might have had the names of the fictional presidents that took office in the years just preceding the show. And they said, we think he kept them in his mind.
That's right.
You have them there? They're there?
I use them as my passwords.
Can't tell.
Can't
So
tell.
I can't because
Everyone would go into your stuff then. You can't do it.
But I have. That's what they're right. I have every administration, and that's how I lay out my online life.
Well, Jason,
I hope some of those administrations had uppercase, lowercase, a number, and a symbol in their names.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They all do.
Great.
Now, Jason, you bring up passwords brings up another question.
Yes.
Another mystery we've been investigating over the course of these episodes.
Yeah.
The official Twitter account of 1600 Penn
Yes.
has not tweeted since 2013.
Okay.
We want to find out who still has access to that account. We feel like it would be a major victory, in honor, timed up, synergistically, to have today be the day that we get the first tweet in almost 8 years.
I don't know if I can make it happen today.
That's fine.
With some advance notice, I might have been able to make it happen today.
It doesn't need to happen today.
It just needs to happen in the future. And if you could tweet something from it right now, what do you think you would tweet?
If you could tweet one final thing from the Twitter account, what would it be?
Because let's look at what their final tweet is now. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
There was not a lot of closure on their final tweet.
No.
It's sort of what you're saying, a lot of hanging threads.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Okay.
Oh, this is where Josh is gonna sing.
Oh.
How can you turn a regular game night into a party? Invite at Josh Gad. Watch him on #Hollywood Game Night tonight at 10/9 Central. So that's August 8, 2013.
That's a
7 years ago.
Believe it. And then I like that. Then the first comment is, when is 1600 coming back on? Somebody just wants the facts.
I know. So look at that. Look at that. This person writes on that same day, August 8th. Mary Mazzullo writes, when is it coming back on? And only May 24th of this year do they get a response. You can unfollow the show. I'm sorry to say it is no longer on the air.
But who's the response from? Who's Kyle Elliott?
I don't know.
I think Kyle Elliott, I suspect, might be someone who has watched one of our live streams.
He might be watching this live stream right now.
Jason, all right, let's explain it to Jason.
Okay.
Jason, a little while ago, I noticed the 1600 Penn account still had a lot more followers than I did.
Yes, no, I followed this online. This odyssey.
Yeah.
Your desire to get more followers.
I'm trying.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying. And I just felt like it was unfair.
Yeah.
As someone who is still tweeting. So
that's the only reason it's unfair. Is that
it's unfair for
putting out new tweets. No,
it's
only the one reason.
Show.
Only unfair for one reason.
Still interacting with the world.
Thank you. So that's
because it's telling you, for instance, its most recent thing is telling you to watch Hollywood Game Night. Is that even possible? Is it possible?
I don't think so.
I don't think Hollywood Game Night's on anymore either.
But can you watch that episode? Is there a way that would be a good stretch goal for us to watch? The last request of NBC 1600 Penn is to watch Josh Gad on Hollywood Game Night.
Hey, look it up.
Listen, I would want the last tweet to be just something about the insane success of the people who were on this show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how bad would they want this cast back together right now?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine how quickly? Because we talked about this, Jason. The show was produced by 20th Century Fox Television, which means the show is now owned by Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you went into Disney tomorrow and said, "Here's a new pitch, Olaf in the White House"? How quickly they would buy that, and your response would be, "You already own it."
Thank you, Watto.
You have it.
You're right. You're right. They already own it.
They own it.
Look, this is Susan Park. Big kiss right there. Romantic moment. Oh, this is a Star Wars thing.
Star Wars.
And
that's from an improv.
And
though.
he said, "I'm sorry about
Yeah,
your solo."
George, you never liked that moment. You were
Never liked that.
in the cut reluctantly, right?
Reluctantly, I said, "What is this? The Second City?"
Wow.
I mean, even down to like, Susan Park's not a regular on the show, but she works so much.
Right.
Like she's on Snowpiercer now. She was on Vice Principals. Like she's on so many things. Fargo.
She books.
She books.
Andre Holland.
Yeah.
Oscar nominee or winner?
He should have been nominated. He should have been nominated.
He was nominated. Wasn't he nominated?
A shame. No.
For Moonlight?
An embarrassment.
Are we sure? Are we sure? Because like the envelopes were all messed up that year.
That's true.
I thought he was nominated.
They didn't go back and check to see that all the nominees were even correct.
Yeah,
that's very true.
That's a good point.
But these guys were in a real.
Now, is this the store? Is this the store?
Now.
Is this the store where they bought this sweater? I see a lot of things that could be.
Guys, we are very cleverly calling back every major moment in the season with this sequence.
Everything together.
Now, Jason.
Yeah.
When this episode is done.
Yeah.
Is there anything you could tell us from a hypothetical season 2?
Yeah, because you're gonna see, you're literally gonna see the end, and I won't have to tell you. You'll see the end, and you go, "Oh my god, I know what season 2 is."
Okay. Now we also heard that the series finale had been bandied about that Skip would run.
Oh yeah, sure. That may have been an early concept.
Oh, okay.
I just want to point out because I'm very proud of this with DB's Robbie and Mel, by the way, wildly successful new series. Yeah. I had to, because he's such a handsome guy and his character's supposed to be kind of an idiot. And I didn't want him to just be a straight man. So I kept having to tell wardrobe to make his shirt smaller and his pants bigger. Till it was finally exaggerated enough to make him look like an idiot because he's so strapping, you know?
Now, if only
you had tiny shirts and big pants. That's the key to the character.
If only you had given Amara bigger pants, it would have fit onto Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, because right now I'm playing a character who wears tight sweater and tiny pants.
What was your favorite episode to direct? Because you directed the majority of them.
I'm going to say this one. And in fact, right now, I remember like Jenna, they're about to have like a really sweet, like well-acted dramatic scene right now in the midst of this MFer. This is one of my favorite scenes between the two of them about to happen right now. I'm having a little nostalgic moment. Forgive me. I didn't know this was going to happen.
No, I love it.
This is some Mike Royce Hart for you.
Yeah.
You know?
The Royce will be with you.
But because this scene probably, I can tell you in advance, isn't very funny, it's a good time to donate.
That's a very good point. We're at 4711. So if we get to 4800, Watto's going to draw Teller on his cheek.
Yes, in honor of 1600 pen, spelled with 2 N's.
Which cheek?
This cheek right here.
Got it.
Yeah.
I will draw Magician Teller to go along with the drawing of Magician Penn.
Yes.
Patrick, have you burned those asks?
Yeah, they're out. They're out in the world. A lot of good actors on this show. I know we keep saying it, but everyone's good.
Yeah.
Well, it's also. I also think that a comedy that is confident enough to rest in the quiet moments and not always have a joke is there's something about that really appeals to me, and I also think it's something that I see more of in the past few years than I did in the years prior. You know, that I feel like a show like this would do very well on various streaming services in a way that maybe it was the wrong moment for it on NBC.
Yeah, I think it was also the wrong moment for a fictional white president.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but we were saying it's like, you know, you were producing the show as the election was happening. In the run-up, it premiered shortly after. You know, you wonder if Romney had gotten elected, bad for America, good for 1600
It
Penn.
would have been great for 1600 Penn. I mean, this guy, he's essentially playing Romney.
Right.
And our secret in the writer's room was that we were very light on the politics on this show, but he was a Republican.
Yeah.
In our minds.
Right.
Do they ever say it?
A super Hollywood,
yeah,
generally good, like not
like an Eisenhower Republican,
an Alan Alda, Arnold Vinnick Republican.
Yeah, exactly. Total Arnold Vinnick.
Now the West Wing, began under the Clinton administration, and then most of its run was under the George W. Bush administration. So I also think that the fictional presidents that we have at various points sometimes reflect the current presidency, and sometimes they're on a completely different fictional
And that
track.
was our thinking. We're just doing the same thing. It's a totally fictional situation. If it worked in a dramatic sense for the West Wing, why couldn't it work here? And I think people were defensive about the idea of it being a comedy about something that was reverential in some ways. Yeah. That was one area of resistance, and the other was somehow, having our first African-American president.
Here we go. It's a boy.
Here we go.
It's a boy.
Hey.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
This is the moment you want to.
And we just saw Larry King.
Wow.
And look, it's happened. The credits rolling at the bottom. Special guest stars. Renee Auberjonois. Larry King as himself. Oh, boy. Wow.
There you go. There you go.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about a little
twist.
Just little. It's a tiny one.
Twist.
A little tiny twist.
A little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about a little. And Jason, would you please?
Yeah.
Talk about the little twist. We want to hear. We're not just making a joke. It's a request. Please talk about.
Please talk about a little twist.
Listen, this was a big debate in the writers' room. So much so that it wasn't entirely settled on the day. We brought in different babies of different colors and shot both, and didn't decide until the editing room to do it.
Did you ever consider doing what Clue, the motion picture, did?
Multiple endings.
Multiple endings.
One coast got one ending, other coast got the other ending.
International got a third ending.
Yes.
We should have considered that.
You could have. You could have.
Did this play internationally?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Interesting question.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about
a little twist.
No, listen. The funny thing is, when we first pitched it, the seeds are there, guys. It's set up all through the season.
Yeah.
We saw the missing at the ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was the backstory. She dated him. He was her boyfriend. The job consumed him. He broke up with her. She was upset. She went out. She had this one night stand. She assumed the baby was a pregnancy from the one night stand, and here we are. We're off to the races.
We are off.
We're off to the races.
We're off to the races.
So we're off to the races.
We're off to the races.
Jason, it's been 7 hours, so they're getting a little loopy.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
How long have you guys been doing this?
7 hours.
Yeah, we're on 7 hours right now.
Nothing. Wow. It's nothing. It's 7 hours.
You have snacks?
I'll tell you.
Go to the bathroom?
Well, I for money ate this can of Dr. Pepper baked beans.
Watto ate the bagel with all the fixings. It had onions, capers. Yes.
And all I've eaten today is a bacon, egg, and cheese at about 10:30 a.m. So we're all doing great.
Wow.
I mean, talk about a little
twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Oh, from that song, "Come on, baby, and do the twist." Come on, baby. Talk about babies.
Hiding the twist, George. I mean, from what I hear, you didn't allow the line, "Luke, I am your father," to be spoken on set.
Yes.
No.
You didn't want the crew to hear.
I don't want them to hear. They'll all know.
They'll all know, and somebody could speak about it. It's the same thing with us. We shot it both ways so that word wouldn't leak. But little did we know that by the time this would be airing, we would be all but canceled.
How would you have changed it if you were not canceled? Like, if you had known, what would you have wrapped it up tighter, or
No. This was honestly this idea. It was set up through the whole season.
Yeah.
It was the idea when we pitched the pilot. We told the network this idea that it was really Andre's character's baby was actually part of the pitch, the original pitch.
Oh wow.
Right.
So it was like literally
baby.
part of the concept, and I'm glad we got to do it, even if nobody cared.
So it's it's as if Sorkin had followed through on the Zoe Bartlett Charlie plotline instead of dropping it.
Oh yeah.
Because Joey and Charlie, the Secret Service guy,
and the episode is called "Marry Me, Baby."
Oh, talk about a
little twist.
Talk about a little twist. Guys, I have good news and bad news.
What's the bad news? What's the good news?
The bad news is it appears that Season 1, Episode 5 of Hollywood Game Night, featuring Josh Gad, is no longer viewable anywhere on the internet. Now, wait a second. Look, shed a couple tears. It's a shame we've lost that.
So 1600 Penn, their final request, which has been howling out to Twitter for years.
Please watch it.
Please watch Josh Gad on Hollywood Game Night.
Now, there's a little bit of good news.
Oh,
I think I know what your good news is, Watto.
Hollywood Game Night is still on the air. An episode aired as recently as June 28th, 2020.
Oh, see, that's not what I was going to show.
What?
Oh, wow.
This is a promo. I mean, we're not going to watch it because it's not the actual show. But a promo does exist out there.
It's so good. It's so good that a promo exists.
Yeah.
No, it's like the Lon Chaney film London After Midnight, where you still have these posters and these still images, but the film is lost. The studio failed to preserve it properly.
Yeah. Jason, as a wrap up, give us your summation of thoughts on the season of 1600 Penn.
Please.
Okay. This is at the risk of being earnest here in the midst of these things.
Get earnest.
It's so weird throughout your career, and this has been my experience. The stuff where everybody really pulls together as a team, and you feel like you're making something magic. Those aren't the hits.
Sure.
It's the ones that are fraught, and people fight, and somebody's not getting along, and some shit goes down. That's turned out to be the good stuff. And I hope that that's not a requirement. I hope that that's just an accident. But man, we had an incredible room of writers on this, an incredible staff of behind the scenes, and the crew was awesome, and our cast got along great. And even looking at it right now, I think it looked amazing.
It looks great. Now, what did you shoot it on? Is that shot in HD or is that film?
It's HD.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, you feel me, right, George?
Yeah. Digital. I got another question for you. Okay, so the pilot episode, the chair on fire shoots out the window.
Yeah.
Real fire, digital fire.
That's actually a really good question, George. It's, as you know, it's difficult to do digital fire, at least at this time. Maybe they've gotten better.
Yeah.
So that is actually a real chair on fire, but coming out of a different building. It's shot as an element. The screaming chair was shot separately as an element and then put into that plate.
Is there any sweetening to the fire?
No.
Digital sweetening? No digital. That's just
maybe
regular fire.
If some extra shit as it hit the ground, perhaps.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, something looked nice, and I sense it was billions of ones and zeros.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, Jason, last week we finished watching all of Arliss, the HBO show.
Yeah.
From the 90s. We had 3/4 of the cast on, and we got them to promise us that if the show ever comes back, the three of us will be on the show.
Yes.
If 1600 Penn comes back, Jason, can we get a commitment?
Absolutely. 100%.
An absolute commitment. Can I be in a scene with those gourds? Actually, I don't need to be on camera. Just let me frame up a shot of those two gourds.
Gourds. You got it.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I got to go put my daughter to bed.
Thank you so much, Jason. You're the best.
Thank you, Jason. This show's been all about families. It's nice to end on a family moment because that's what the show is about. It's about family.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
I admire you, George. You too,
Admire
Watto.
you, Jason.
Thank you, Weiner.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
you, Jason. We'll see ya.
Bye.
Wow, so many good answers. I mean, talk about a little twist.
Talk about
That was a really solid ending. I feel like we got a lot of good.
got a lot of good
unexpected
stuff.
Yeah.
Now let's just say this, okay?
Yeah.
We've crossed the stretch goal of watching National Treasure 2 Book of Secrets. We can all relax. We'll keep raising money. We'll keep watching content. That's all fine.
Yeah.
All we're going to say is if you're watching this stream, feel free to maybe tweet something very friendly
Very nice.
at Josh Gad.
Yeah.
Just a nice.
Very nice, just saying, we've been watching 1600 Penn all day.
Don't
So many
bug him.
people worked on it.
Don't bug him.
Don't
Don't
bug
bug
him. Don't bug the man. But maybe say, this has been really fun, really nice to watch. great
Positive, really
football,
positive.
really positive. It would mean a lot to us if you came on and answered some questions about the show.
Say we raised almost $5,000 for the Museum of Moving Image.
Because that Gad bump, I mean, God, can you imagine what that Gad bump would do?
Gadzooks.
Yeah.
Gadzooks. I mean, look, if we could get Manzukis, that would also be a bump. I'd love to get the Gadzooks.
Oh boy. All right, guys. We brought this up. Was it last week?
Yes.
We have a surprise for everyone.
What?
We have a big surprise.
We have a big surprise.
What?
A lot of people in the chat tell us, they tweet us, they email us, they text me. I'm like, how did you get my number? That your favorite podcast was Fizzy Boys.
Oh my God.
A show about soda from roughly the same time 1600 Penn was on the air.
And,
right?
and much the same, we've been desperate, thirsty for a new episode.
One more episode. That's all we want.
One more.
Just give
I
us
think
one.
it's time.
Oh my God.
We're Don and Chris.
We're
Fizzy
Fizzy
boys.
Boys.
We only
Only
like
make
drinks
things-
that make a certain noise, which is
Just
fizz.
fizz.
Hi. Why are we
Amen.
doing this?
We're on with the Fizzy Boys. Hi, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars.
Honored to be here, man.
I'm Watto the Flying Space Shoe and also a certified fizzy baby.
Fucking honored, man.
Really, so happy to hear you're
Connor,
such a big supporter.
Don.
Hey, Patrick, big fan.
Thank you.
How are you?
Let me just open with a question that's semi-related to fizzy drinks. Are you boys fans of Dr. Pepper? I know, Gethard, you've spoken highly of Dublin Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dublin Dr. Pepper's amazing.
The best, man.
Yeah. Have you ever had Dr. Pepper baked beans?
I
No,
heard you talking about them before. Are they great?
No, they are terrible.
no fucking way.
Yeah.
Tom,
I would
you're-
rather be cuckolded again than eat another can of those beans.
I would say though, Chris, that we are doing something not that, but kind of similar.
Yeah,
Oh.
not too far away. Now,
Not
where's
too far
Watto?
away from that.
This fucking guy Watto claims he's our biggest fan and wants to bring us back, and then he walks out on us 10 seconds in.
I think he has something special in store for you.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Maybe not. He might have
Is
just
that a
left.
tourniquet? Maybe
I
just
think,
I don't
I think Watto is going to shoot heroin for you.
Wow.
No. I think. Are you about to draw? Are you drawing Teller?
No, I was going to get my own can of soda because I want to be able to drink some fizz along with the Fizzy Boys.
Well, I'm gonna get some.
I'm going to go see if I have anything. Hang
But
on.
have we crossed the threshold where I need to draw Teller? Don, Geff, first of all, once again, God, what an honor to have you here. Such a big fan.
Yeah, it's a
Right,
pleasure.
right. When was the last time we put out an actual episode of Fizzy Boys?
I
Look
think
it up.
after Noah's wedding, I think we recorded something in a Colorado motel.
Oh yes, because they had a soda store there,
Yeah.
downtown Boulder.
Yeah.
That was what, a solid 3 years ago?
The last episode of Fizzy Boys was
Nice
released,
Pepsi, great.
was
I don't like
released October 12th, 2016.
Oh
That's
Jesus!
4 years ago. We're bringing it back.
And
Wow,
it-
and the country has not been doing well since you stopped. There is a direct causal link. You end your podcast, and a month later, everything is ruined.
yes.
Yeah. Well, we shouldn't have endorsed Jill Stein. I think we swung.
Yeah, that was on us, man. She loves soda. I mean, that's on us.
She's really into it.
Now, that last episode was an epic. It was technically 6 episodes in one. It was episodes 18 through 23.
Did we really do that many? 23?
Yeah. Good for us.
Yeah.
Well done.
23 and me.
Yes. And you were sort of ahead of the curve on that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
we inspired them.
So I understand why you've been reticent to do an episode since then, because it's like you don't want to come back to the court unless you're going to be able to top it, you know?
Yeah. Anything for George Lucas and Watto.
That's true.
And Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick too.
Yeah.
I want to say, thanks, Don. This Pepsi I found, you guys might be the best people to answer this. Expired soda, what's the take?
Great question.
Great.
Yeah, how long?
Great.
March 22nd.
You're fine.
dude.
First of all, you're fine. Second of all, Pepsi is actually one of the sodas I think is a little better, slightly flat.
100%.
I don't like Pepsi. Oh, wait. I'll say
You'll like this better. You'll like this better now that it's a little flat.
Are people
And
saying
I'm-
you're my air conditioner?
Yes.
I'm drinking
I think it's my fan. I moved the
Yeah,
fan.
it's better now. It sounds better. You're good, Gethard. Oh, no. We lost.
I'm drinking a can of bubbly in honor of the episode of 1600 Penn bursting the bubbly.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And I'm drinking a can of Dr. Brown's celery soda because I'm
Nice.
Jewish.
Classic.
Nice.
Well done.
Nice.
Well done. Did you go out and get that specific for this week, or is that just something you keep stocked?
No, Watto has pretty regularly made sure he has at least 1 6-pack in his fridge at all times. As a Toydarian with a little bit of a tricky tummy who also likes his sweet carbonated drinks.
Solid.
He loves that celery tonic.
Celery is a soda that I think the first time you drink it's very disgusting,
Yes.
and then you find yourself craving it again later. And
Well, they're
then
taking it from celery root, right? Which is
Yes.
they're not just like brewing fucking celery. Celery root has
No.
a different, stronger flavor. So it's
Sweet. Right. The first time you're very thrown off by it. I remember Watto ordered it one time while he was at the delicatessen and was just sort of like, why not? When in Rome.
Yeah.
And then it very quickly went to Watto buying 6-packs and keeping himself stocked. He never wants to go too long without the celery.
I
you
have,
found something you love.
I have a 6-pack of Dr. Brown's Diet Black Cherry in my fridge, which is one of the only diet sodas that I think is passable.
I think it's the best one.
Wow. God, I didn't realize how much I was missing these kinds of hot soda taste.
Uh-huh.
Now you guys don't like seltzer. I'm drinking seltzer.
I'm
Right?
not.
I like seltzer.
I'm
You
like,
like
I like seltzer. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
someone in the
I
chat-
talk about how much I like seltzer in my episode of the OC.
Oh, that's great.
Cool.
Someone's asking what's better, celery soda or cucumber soda? I say cucumber soda.
Cucumber, hands down. Yeah.
Mr.
Mr. Cucumber is one of the best sodas out there.
Right. Both of you, you put that in your sort of soda hall of fame, right?
Yeah, mine's
Absolutely.
Mr. Cucumber, L81, Virgil's Bavarian Nutmeg, special edition root beer.
Mhm.
And I would round it out with maybe, right now, I would say Cheerwine.
So that's your Mount Sodamore.
I would say right now.
Okay.
Hold on, Spreckers, though.
Spreckers, #1. Nothing will ever top. I don't know, that last one that we had, I forgot the name of it. It was in that like medley episode that we had, and the beer had like the fucking wax on it. Do you remember this, Giff?
Oh my God, that was crazy. It was
That was one of the best sodas. Yeah, that was one of the best sodas I've ever had. But
That was really-
I throw Spreckers up there, and I throw Dublin Dr. Pepper, man. I can't get enough of that shit. Mr. Cucumber.
doesn't
Yeah.
exist anymore.
I know.
Dublin Dr.
Sad.
Pepper, rest in peace.
Gone.
Yeah. Can't get enough of it. Can't get any of it.
Now,
Was that
We
something
ordered
for us?
a couple right before it went
Yeah.
kaputs.
Yeah. Someone wants to know opinions on Boylan's. I mean, we're Jersey guys. That's Boylan's is the hometown favorite. Their black cherry's very good. That's probably the one people know best. But I actually say that Boylan's ginger ale is one of the most underrated ginger ales you're ever going to find.
Interesting.
now I have a big question.
Yeah.
We're here to do a new episode, not just do a retrospective.
Yeah.
But we would be remiss if we didn't ask the two of you to relive some of the biggest moments in the history of Fizzy Boys.
Relive it or do new ones?
Both.
Because Patrick was texting me saying we got to keep it tight. It
Uh-huh.
was kind of big.
Oh, right now?
Here's why I'm saying that. It's because we also have to watch a 2.5-hour movie after you guys are off.
We're going to keep it tight. This will only be an
National
hour
Treasure
to
2?
an hour and a half. Yes, we're watching.
Also, but the hope is that we'll get to 8,000 so we can bring on our guest hosts. That's our stretch goal, and we're so far away from that.
How much do people need to donate to get you to watch National Treasure 2 on mute with the audio from National Treasure 1?
Ooh.
We can't get that.
I don't know that technically I can. I mean, I'm probably the only one who has the capability to do that.
We can't get that in time.
Okay. Okay.
But wait, I will say this, Gethard. You did challenge us to watch the Flintstones at half speed with subtitles and Viva Rock Vegas at double speed with subtitles. And I did get both of those files sent to me today.
Yeah.
Well,
Those will probably be part of the big lake day.
Any other I was just gonna say, any other files show up?
A bunch.
The other ones, they're still being worked on.
Okay. People want to know opinions on San Pellegrino. I've really come around on them. They're some of my favorites now.
Where are you reading this shit? I just see a fucking video. Is there chats or something?
Yeah.
What are you watching this on? Don, what are you watching this on?
My computer. What are you guys watching it on?
I'm watching on this fetish pad thing they got me.
Fetish pad?
Oh, live comments. I was on private chat. Oh shit! There's people. People are still watching this after fucking 7 hours.
You
Hey,
have
Don, do you want to know the craziest thing?
Damn.
I think we have the most viewers right now that we've had all day.
Goddamn Fizzy Boys bringing
Rock
the heat.
hard. From rock
Truly,
hard.
I saw new username show up, say, "What's going on? I'm just here for the Fizzy Boys."
Mm-hmm.
Fizzy Boys live on
Wow.
Twitch. Who's taking screen grabs?
This is amazing.
I tweeted out. I did.
I heard somebody take a screen grab.
Yeah, it was me because I'm doing promo. I'm doing promo.
We're doing promo.
Doing social.
No warning, screen grab, creep.
I'm doing promo.
Hey, you're talking. Hey, Patrick, why did you change clothes?
I had to. I was too hot.
I am outside in 90-degree heat. Put your fucking overalls back on.
That's your choice. This is a prison of your own making, George.
Hot, George.
No,
I am in 90-degree heat wearing the clothes of a small girl.
George, the show is done. The show is done.
Oh, so wait, this is no longer, nothing means anything anymore? Okay, great.
No, because we're transitioning to National Treasure.
Wow.
Wait, do you want to get to the fucking soda?
Yeah, go ahead.
Soda it up, man.
No,
And guys, let's be very quiet because we all know the most important part of the Fizzy Boys is to be able to hear the fizz. So we need to make sure we give Geth and Don the space to open that soda as close as to Mike as possible.
Okay, now it's hard to coordinate.
I'm gonna bring us off camera just for a second while you guys do this.
Please.
I already fucked up. I already opened my soda.
Oh my god!
I got mine. No, it's very, very hard to coordinate buying sort of rare exotic sodas when we're 3,000 miles apart and we're during a quarantine where it's hard to get at. You know, you need to be shopping, hitting at multiple stores. So Don and I actually decided to do something that's more of a tradition than a new soda. So it's going to involve Coca-Cola
Right here.
right there. Don, okay. Oh, did you get the little bottle, like the half size bottle? That's good.
Man.
I looked for Mexican Coke. That's good. So we have the same type of. Okay, now everybody's going to listen. Coke's an American classic. This is my Lucha Libre themed bottle opener.
But I will say, this is why I opened it. You're not going to hear fucking fizz when you open a goddamn thing. I'm ready to pour this motherfucker.
Let's see, I'm going from the bottle because we'll explain why.
Go ahead. Wow, great pop.
Good pop, not much fizz. Now, Don, let's explain what we're doing because we're not a bunch of amateurs going to sit out here drinking Coke. That's not what we do.
No.
Watto, when you come back, you're going to love this. There is a tradition all over the American South.
Yep.
I have never partaken in it. Don, you have. You said at least once or twice.
Once.
That's
it.
Now, I've looked it up. From Louisiana, it's not even the entire South. It's from Louisiana up until the southern part of North Carolina. They don't even do it in Virginia. It's not even the whole South. What people do is they drink part of their Coke. They put a bunch of peanuts in it.
Yep.
They put a bunch of peanuts in it. So we're going to do some nuts in our Coke.
Yep.
And
Now what I'm going to do, Chris, which I didn't tell you, you're going to drink some of that. I'm going to take some of this, and I have a little bit of whole milk here.
Oh, I have whole milk up there too, and a second Coke when you brought that up.
Okay, so I'm going to take some of my Coke and pour it into this whole milk, and that's going to be the second thing we're going to do.
And then you'll put the nuts in the bottle.
Not only that, I want to see if there's a phosphoric reaction when I do this.
You know, I'm going to do the same thing so as to not drink two Cokes.
Guys, before you do this, I want to let you know we have gained 10 viewers since I said we had the most viewers.
Wow, you're going to immediately lose them soon.
If you are a fizzy baby, I want you in the chat right now to type FBFB for fizzy baby.
Yeah, that's right.
So I'm going to drink some milk. I drink some milk. because your system is better where you mix it in the glass.
Yeah. You want about, it's kind of like a 2/3 to 1/3 ratio, but I don't really give a fuck about that.
2/3, right?
Yeah, the soda's the 2/3, but I'm not going to measure it perfectly. But to make room for the peanuts, I'm going to pour some of this in here. And technically, there should be a phosphoric reaction where this curdles the milk a little bit.
Let's do it.
And you get a little chunky chunk, and people fucking hate that. So I'm going to pour that in.
Now, yeah, because Coke and milk was popularized by, of course, Laverne and Shirley.
Yes. They drank it almost every episode.
I remember trying it as a kid and feeling okay about it, but people really find it truly disgusting.
Do you want to do this first? Or you want to pack our peanuts in? You want to pack some peanuts and let it soak. Mm-hmm.
Come back to the milk. You're so smart.
Come back to the milk, dude.
Again, we didn't coordinate. I got peanuts called House of Bazzini. House of Bazzini salted peanuts.
I got fucking planners. That's the way to go.
Classic. Now, Don, I was reading up on this, and there's a lot of rumors. How did people start putting peanuts in Coke? And
I heard some as well. Let's hear yours.
Well, some people just say, "Hey, it tastes good," and somebody figured that out. Don, you'll not be surprised to hear that there's like 30.
I want to let everyone know we have lost 3 viewers.
Of course you did. You're going to lose about 7 more soon.
Now, the big rumor I've heard is that a lot of people in the South who work manual labor jobs, if you got oil on your hands, you can't eat peanuts. But if you put your peanuts in your bottle, then you can have your drink and your snack all in one place.
That's right.
How many peanuts are you going for?
I'm going to fill up. You want me to count each individual peanut? I'm going to estimate about 30.
Yeah, I feel like I got about the same. I'm going to get just enough that it comes back up and over the red Coke label. That's
what I'm doing. Fuck, I dropped it on the ground. My dog's going to die. All right.
I hate that.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm coming over the red label.
Let's show it. Because, Don, I don't know how they do this in the South. I should look that more. Oh, there's so many peanuts on my floor. I'm such a So
dude, I've got it where
there's a bunch of peanuts in there to the point where there's some floating dry.
Dude, there's fizz. Can you hear? Everybody shut the fuck up. Stop typing. God. Stop typing on that fucking chat.
You guys hear that? Wow. Why are these peanuts fizzing so much? Is it the salt?
Dude, there is fucking fizz going on right now.
That's more fizz than I've ever heard from a regular.
Oh, if I could come fucking soda, I would right now. This is great.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Okay, are we gonna go back to the milk now?
Yeah, we're gonna try the milk right now. It has not curdled. I don't think the ratio is right. Oh, it's starting to a little bit. Okay, this is supposed to, there's kind of an old fashioned kind of drink that this kind of emulates. Kind of I think it's called like a brown cow or something like that.
Right.
But it's kind of like ice cream. It's like a fucking float, right? Do you want to try it? Do you want to give it? No fizz, by the way. No fizz.
I have the saddest, slightest fizz.
I have the saddest, slightest fizz as well. It's so pathetic.
It's giving up. The soda is so mad that it's in the milk.
The milk is pissed too, man. This is whole milk.
Watto, are you enjoying this? Is this living up to everything you wanted it to be?
Watto this is exceeding all expectations. Watto is in fucking hog heaven right now.
Do you want to try this, man? Let's give it a go. Let's give it a sip.
Yeah.
Not as bad as I thought.
Wow.
It's smooth, man.
I needed to get my ratio better.
I like it. You know, it'd be really good in this.
Flavor's very good.
Yeah, the flavor's good. If I had like a nice chunk of ice, if I had one of those big square cocktail ices in this.
What about one of those sort of like a whiskey ice
rocks?
Like a rock, a whiskey ice rock.
Like a hard iced rock.
Yeah. Peanuts, Coke, milk, and a whiskey ice rock.
It smells like milk.
It tastes. I feel like it almost tastes like an ice cream product melting. Does that make sense?
That's Chris. I'm usually the one with the sexy palate, but that was a great description. I'd say it tastes like melting fucking ice cream.
It does. It's really good. It's actually really good.
It's not as bad as you guys think. It sounds fucking gross, but if you ever had like a root beer float or something like that, it's very similar.
I would go so far as to
But it's
say,
gross that it's warm.
if anyone says the word curdle, I'm going to be so upset. Curdle.
Don't say it.
Curdle, curdle, curdle.
There was no curdling. There should be a phosphoric reaction between these two because of the acidity of milk. Milk's more neutral. Coke is fucking acidic as hell. You can clean a fucking bathroom toilet with it.
I'm going to go ahead and say I would have that again voluntarily. And
I would have it again with ice, though. I'd chill this shit on a hot day.
Guys, I just want to pop in and say we have gained 6 viewers.
Impossible. I don't believe it.
Okay.
Fizzy Boys.
Big fan, though, Pat.
Fizzy Boys.
Look, milk and Coke was the prelude.
Wow.
It was the
All
goddamn
right.
prelude. This peanuts thing.
I clean my palate with some peanuts. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, you did.
Actually, you know what? We should water it up. Do you have any water?
I don't have any water. Fuck me. I'm such an amateur fucking piece of shit.
Hey,
Drink the water coming out of your AC.
Hey, what I remember is that when we asked you to come on and do a Fizzy Boys live on air, you said you refused to review still water, that it went against your very principles to drink something uncarbonated. I would be disappointed if you had water on hand.
No, but it's just to cleanse the palate. We did it every episode. All true Fizzy babies know that.
What would you guys do if I just did? I stopped my fucking Need to Fail podcast, which I'm doing soon, and I just started a water podcast by myself. Would you hate me forever? And I was just like, Evian. Is Evian still around?
I would join.
BG. What other waters are there?
I would rate, review, and subscribe.
Oh, thanks, Watto. Wow. Fucking loyal. Thank you.
I think it's time.
All right, let's do it.
I've never had this. You've had it once.
Once, yeah. Cheers, man. Still fizzing, by the way.
First things first, the peanuts come right up into your mouth.
Yeah, it's a surprise if you're not ready for it. It's a little bit of a shotgun shell in there. It's so good. It's so good.
Don, when you get Coke in your mouth and peanuts, and then you chew the peanuts, it fizzes in your mouth.
Dude, it's like Pop Rocks, but fucking real.
It really is, right?
Yeah. This ain't no chemical, except for the soda that has chemicals in it. Oh, dude, this is good.
That's really good.
Oh, man. Watto, how you feeling, man? You like this?
I mean, I feel like I have a front row seat to the Beatles reunited.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Look at that visual.
I don't know how to do this. Oh, there it is. Oh, God, I'm all backwards.
Wow.
I can't do space on computers. Damn. It tastes, oh man, how do I describe this? It's almost better than like a peanut butter cup, right? Because it takes the place of chocolate in a peanut butter cup, right?
This is very smart and very astute.
Take the chocolate out of a peanut butter cup and put in a good, it's just, like Coca-Cola, the cacao and chocolate, and they're close. Everything's the same. It's from the same family. It's like a cousin of a peanut butter cup.
You're saying it's like a Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
The question's going to be very difficult to answer, and it might create some friction.
A question for me?
You and everybody. Anybody in the chat who's had this combination of peanuts and Coke before.
Oh my God, there's so many people chatting.
Is this, Don Finelli, more of a drink or more of a snack?
Fuck you, man. Fuck you. That's hard. I'm gonna. It's a snack, man. I'm gonna go snack.
Wow.
I agree. It's much more of a snack.
I think it's much more of a snack, and especially in this little guy.
Yes.
It is perfect for what it was supposed to be doing at the time it was invented. Mm-hmm. It's a brilliant, brilliant invention.
It's a working class snack, is what it is.
Yeah, yeah. This is the Bruce Springsteen of sodas.
Oh. I just want to say we are still consistently 266. We are staying consistent.
Wow, keeping people on. I'd say this is the Billy Joel of drinks, by the way.
Perfect comparison.
Yeah, this is Bruce Springsteen.
You might even say John Cougar Mellencamp.
Wow, ain't that America? Damn.
I have a question, if I may interject.
Yeah.
One of the most popular segments from Fizzy Boys was what would John from Galcos do? And would you imagine how John from Galcos, owner, Watto could never forget. Truly, he is not faking here. A big time Fizzy baby. Okay? So John from Galcos, for those who don't know, the owner, proprietor of maybe what true Fizzy babies would consider to be soda Valhalla, right? I mean, the
promised land.
Right. And you would create a hypothetical scenario that would test the moral fiber of John from Galcos and try to imagine how he would behave in such a setting. What do you think John from Galcos would think of the concoction you just drank? Because as you said, you're taking a drink and turning it into a little bit more of a snack. Where do you think John would land on such an issue?
I don't think he'd be down with this milk shit, man. But
no, peanuts, yes. That was my
yeah, that's my immediate reaction. Yeah.
Immediate reaction.
Oh, hey, George.
Hi.
What are you eating, a biscuit?
I'm eating a salmon croquette.
Whoa. George.
We're up to 274 viewers, by the way.
Yeah, we are. The number did change as soon as I got out of here. So
for anybody joining just for the Fizzy Boys, these guys are raising money for a great cause.
Wow, I was getting choked up.
And let me just say,
the moving image, fantastic place.
Over on Twitter, famous New Yorker David Sims is saying, "Bring back Fizzy Boys."
Is David Sims in the chat right now? Because it's literally what we're doing.
He's asking for a permanent return, not a one-time reunion. None of this reunited apart shit. We're asking for a full revival.
I mean, hold on, I'm literally choking on a peanut.
Yeah, this is great.
This feels like you're trying to get out of it, Gethard.
I say you keep asking Gethard questions.
It would be very hard to coordinate getting the same sodas on different coasts.
Why would that be hard?
Can't you order from Galcos? Do they not?
I am, and I live 10 minutes from Galcos, by the way, so I could get there, but
the problem with ordering from Galcos for me is that to ship soda, I've done it so many times. Right. I once shipped on an entire case of sodas I picked from Galcos.
Fantastic.
The shipping is like 4 times what you pay for your soda.
Okay, wait, but how about this? How about this? Don drives to Galcos. He buys sodas. He sends you individual bottles, an amount that is a slightly more affordable to ship out.
Like in an envelope?
Yeah, just put it in like a media mail envelope.
Got it.
I would be willing to build it into the budget for your Patreon or whatever. Just like build it in the same way, if you want to put dinosaurs in your movie, then you got to build that into the budget. You're not making Tucker here,
You write it off as a business expense, and you're not having to hit the shipping minimum because it's Don sending the bottles.
Listen, I have nothing but love for Don. He's one of the only people in comedy who I don't consider a snake and or rat.
The most handsome man in Hackensack.
RATLIFF.
Wow, you are full. The big bad buck of Bergen County.
That's right. Hackensack is full of car washes, by the way. So,
Don, I am happy that you responded to my email about this, though, because famously,
you never got the email.
You never
got the email. One would say it, and that will end up on your tombstone someday.
I never got the email from Geth. I sure as fuck got the email from you, man.
People are throwing catchphrases at you from 2009 right now.
Yeah. I mean, very, very funny, willing to do anything. Never got an email.
Never got an email.
I'm honored.
From your show, Gethard.
Yeah, they showed that bore your fucking name, Gethard.
Listen,
where's that from?
If you did that show, wouldn't you be trying to forget about it too?
Absolutely.
Every day.
Never.
Get so much of the trauma from your mind.
Never.
Now, I'm going to blow everybody's minds real quick, if that's cool.
Please.
And Patrick, tell me if I'm taking up too much time, because I know you told me to keep it tight.
No, let me check the clock. You have an hour left.
I was trying to figure out how to coordinate with Don on this. It proved impossible. So I don't know what we want to do with this, but I was saying how it's hard to get rare sodas right now. You don't want to be shopping in stores, going store to store in the pandemic. It's stupid. Some things aren't worth it. Okay, I wear a mask. I sacrifice my soda. That being said, I am Chris Gethard. Don, I got a surprise for you. And I wish I could have gotten. I honestly was going to drive to where you are and drop one of these off, and then I didn't.
Okay.
We all know,
That's why you said you might be in the car for this.
we all know Fentimans. Everybody knows Fentimans.
Oh no, from Fentimans.
Fentimans Curiosity Cola, I have said, is my favorite cola, specifically their cherry cola.
Wow.
They have a whole series of sodas. They got that dandelion and burdock stuff. It's English.
Rose lemonade.
The rose lemonade. Well done, Watto.
Thank you. I'm a Fizzy baby.
I happened to be in a store in New Jersey. Randomly walked past this Don Finelli.
Oh my lord. Ginger and orange extracts? Is this new?
I don't know what this is.
It's traditional. It's traditional. It can't be new.
Hold on, Watto, breathe. Watto, breathe. Breathe.
That is. You'd think, not to shit on Fentimans right now, but you think pink ginger, you think grapefruit.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's just orange. It's orange and ginger extract.
Wizards at Fentimans.
Here's how fucking nuts they are over at Fentimans. Here's how fucking crazy these fucking psychopaths are.
Did they make this just for COVID?
The ingredient is orange.
Yeah.
And then they call it pink, an entirely different color. These fucking maniacs.
That's what I'm saying. It's almost rosé colored though.
I mean, this is legitimately one of the classiest sodas I've ever seen.
I can only imagine how the fizz sounds.
It's like Downton Abbey of sodas. It's very proper.
And I don't know if you remember this.
Is that a pink bow on it?
No, it's the Fentimans label up top. It's peeling.
Okay.
It's peeling. Now, I don't know if you remember this, Don, because it's been years. It's been literally 4 years since we've talked about soda.
Yeah.
Fentimans is the one that has the weird ingredient that we've never been able to figure out. I don't know if you remember this. We got carbonated water. I know what that is.
Yeah.
Beet sugar. Not cane sugar. Beet sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Glucose syrup. I'll let it slide.
Sugar.
And then fermented ginger root extract. Parentheses, water, glucose syrup. So more water, more glucose syrup. Ginger. Pear juice concentrate.
Mm-hmm.
And here's that what they always have in theirs that no one else has. Yeast.
Mm.
Can we get a close-up on that, please? Yeast.
Yeah, that's clear. You just have to trust us on this one.
Yeast. What, you putting yeast in the soda? Did they?
They ferment this shit?
Yeast!
Are they fermenting this?
In the bottle?
Is that how they get their fizz? No, because it's first one's carbonated water, but
Fermented in the bottle?
Well, no, Watto, because this is the whole thing. Don's right. First ingredient, carbonated water. They're
Carbonated
using
water.
water that's already carbonated, so they can't be fermenting it with yeast.
maybe it's 2 levels of fizz though, right? Because they're putting so much sugar in it, they're giving you a base layer of bigger bubbles with carbonated water, and then those tiny,
Is that scientifically possible?
just the tip bubble from the fucking yeast. Yeah, it's scientifically possible. Of course it is.
You just said that.
2 levels of fucking bubbles? That can happen.
Don, are you talking about a fizz inside of a fizz?
Yeah, like
The inception of sodas?
Gether, do you have one of those with the bubbles for your kids that has like the bubble inside the bubble? You ever blow the bubbles? You have like that wand thing where you blow? Do you like your son?
Wand. Now there's a deep cut that no one else in this room
No
gets.
one will get wand. Yes, that is true. That is an inside joke from a
The
Gether
moment I
class.
fell in love with you. The moment I fell in love with you. I don't know the bubble in bubble.
Okay, well, there's a fucking thing where you can do with your kids. You blow a bubble, but there's like a special bubble within bubble. That's what I'm going with here. It's bubbles within bubbles here.
Can you ferment already carbonated water?
Yeah, sure, because it has sugar in it, right? If you're putting sugar and yeast in there, there's got to be some sort of fermenting.
Wow.
I'm guessing, right? It's
Now-
not just because bubbles exist then fermentation stops.
Don, but I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm not the fizzy boy. We're the fizzy boys. So, unfortunately, to everybody watching, Don does not have a bottle of this. I can't, in good faith, review it.
I mean,
It's going back.
talk about.
What should we do? Should we do these live comments? Everybody sound off. Do you want Keth to do this with or without?
Now wait, here I
Okay.
have an idea.
Oh, okay, wait.
Talking stretch
I have
call.
an idea. no stretch goal. Gethard, could you get a second bottle?
Not right now.
No, but
When?
soon.
Soon.
I don't know. I could go
Vanelli,
back
are
to that store.
Vanelli, are you in LA? Where are you right now?
I am not. I'm in New Jersey right now.
Hypothetically, Gethard,
I am also in New Jersey.
could we have a return another week with Don having another bottle?
I don't think so, because this is the only one I have, and I don't know if I went back to that same store. I've never seen this shit before, and I might never seen it again.
That's the question.
I was planning on having this moment being that me saying right now, Don, I want you to go downstairs and look in the under the third bush to the right of your front door, and one of these would have been waiting. But
that would have been cool as fuck, man.
Yeah,
so it didn't come together.
But we don't live that close to each other.
Now, what do we? People are saying it's for charity. I think if we raise $100 in the next 5 minutes, I'll review it.
Okay.
What are we at right
Honestly,
now?
this is an easy fix. Don, when he drinks it, just lift your hand up like this. We'll add it in later. You drinking it.
We will have someone add it in. Hang on. Let me see where we're at right now. And we can try to do this. We're at 4766 right now.
We get to 4866.
This is another thing. Another thing we can do through the magic of editing is if you ever get a bottle of this soda, Don, you can edit the two clips together to make it seem
an easy fix. Just Gethard, it's very important when you're drinking it to say some things like, we're doing this at the same time.
You have to do it. Otherwise, in order for the clips to fit together, you have to act like Don is drinking it at the same time.
Yeah. Say things like, Don, good job drinking that too.
Yes.
If we get
That's
to
good direction, man.
4866, you all get more fizz. I tried to make that rhyme.
Wow.
Gethard, I looked this up, man. This is only a year old, this soda.
Ooh.
Baby soda.
It's a baby soda.
Baby soda.
And no one's reviewed it yet. I haven't seen any reviews.
I noticed that Fentimon, their cherry cola used to be cherry tree cola.
Yeah, cherry tree. They took that out.
They took it out. It's just cherry
Baby
cola.
soda should be on The Mandalorian.
Hey guys, George Watto, I do want to remind you that we have an over 2-hour movie to watch.
Of course.
Yeah, I know that. We also need to get to $8,000 if we want our guest host to come on.
Patrick, our eyes are on the clock. There's only 45 minutes left in this episode of Fizzy Boys. We're on top of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure everyone knows.
We're on top of it.
Where are we at, Patrick?
We're at, hang on, let's see.
Refresh.
I mean, do we want to?
I also think that we may end up watching Sorcerer's Apprentice after National Treasure too.
George, we're not doing
Wait, how many more hours do you guys have?
At least two.
At least two, maybe more. It depends. We need to get to 8,000 so that we can have our guests come on.
We got to have.
Who's your guest? Or is that
That's a surprise. It's a surprise. But
We've been doing this for so long. We would love a break. At 8,000, we get to tap out, and a guest host and a guest sidekick come on to do the rest of the stream.
45
and then we'll probably do another hour after that.
No,
Those guys are going to have so much energy.
Oh,
We are
yeah, they're going to be a breath of fresh air.
$65.
$65 more for me to drink Fentimon's pink ginger on the air and just
Come on.
Here's the thing. I have to do my best to verbally describe this fizzy drink to a degree where Don Finelli tells me that he can in fact taste it.
It would have been so much better the other way around.
So wait, I just want to clarify, Gethard. At one point, you had the ambition that you would drive a bottle to where Finelli is now, leave it in a bush, and reveal it to him at this moment.
Everybody would have lost their goddamn fucking minds.
It would have been the coolest thing I'd ever fucking seen.
I should have done it, but I had a crazy day. It was
No, it's fine, but you
I was
only
telling Don about it before this day got away from me a little bit.
Yeah, it's totally fair, but I thought he was going to. There was something shady. There was something going on.
But you only bought one bottle, correct?
What?
You only own one bottle.
I used to own 4, but I gave 2 away at a party, and I have another one downstairs.
Hey
but we're not doing what you're thinking, Watto.
Hey guys.
No, but I'm just saying you do have a second bottle.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys.
We did it. Thank you to everybody.
Wow, that is amazing.
Thank you to everybody who contributed.
And that also means thank you. You've also crossed the threshold. I will draw comedian and libertarian Teller on my cheek right here to match the drawing of Penn Jillette on my forehead.
Jesus Christ.
1610
Watto, remember that time in private conversation you told me that doing this stream is the only thing making you feel normal during the pandemic?
And I believe right after that, Watto commented with, "As insane as that sounds."
And we've been playing phone tag because I've been actually all week calling you for career advice.
You've said to Watto, you really need his advice on a big career.
I need some career advice for you, Watto. I feel really good about that looking at you right now.
We've been playing tag.
Is that like dry erase marker?
No, it's a Sharpie. It will take some scrubbing.
So you're like Takeshi 6ix9ine. Is that
Absolutely.
That?
Yes.
Has that joke been made yet?
Someone said Watto is starting to look like a SoundCloud rapper. But as we know from improv, don't reach for the ketchup, reach for the Heinz. You get the point for going straight for Takeshi.
I'm just glad I knew that reference as a 40-year-old man. Okay, would it be possible to get a close-up?
Yes. I'm playing it scum. Always possible.
Okay, Don, you ready?
Yeah, I'm pretending to hold the glass.
Patrick, the perfect timing on this would be.
Hang on, we'll get out of here.
Well, Patrick, I was going to say the absolute perfect timing would be that I pop it. Here's some. Yes, exactly. Okay, ready? It's of course the twist off.
Yeah, I'm gonna twist it too, man.
Let's do it at the same exact time.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
You hear that very slight? Is that coming through the mic at all or no?
Not really, and I feel like it's the yeast.
Did that help? If I took out the wind.
Not even close.
That yeast really controls the fist.
Hang on, Gethard, before you do it, can we get a clean shot of the bottle going like this, just so they can put it into Don's hand?
Oh.
Great, thank you.
What does it smell like? Smells like orange.
Well, I feel like I need to be more sort of descriptive and poetic than I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, no pressure.
It
looks like the soda's blowing your nose.
This is insane. It's really insane.
First thing that hits you. Floral notes, orange, citrus, yeast.
Have you ever walked through a park?
No.
And I almost want to say it smells like walking through a botanical garden, but those have been so cultivated purposely.
There's a lot of sense in that.
But this is more like that moment when that happens naturally without human interference, when you just find yourself amongst some flowers that have grown wild on their own.
It's beautiful.
Putting their scent out on their own terms.
When they want to. It's
soft. There's ginger in there, but it's definitely more of a fruit smell.
Mm-hmm. It's that beet juice, maybe.
That is one of the
best smelling sodas. Yeah.
I mean, if my house smelled like this, I would be thrilled.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, you ever have those, like, soaps? It's like honeysuckle soap. Honeysuckle's so great.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It makes you feel rich, but you're not. It's great. I love honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle's growing in my new neighborhood. I haven't taken any and eaten them yet because I'm a grown-up. But I remember how from when I was a kid. Remember that?
You would eat honeysuckle flowers?
You never did that shit?
Just stick on the fucking soda, man.
No, dude. Don, you don't know this thing where you take the honeysuckle flower and you use your fingernail. Everybody knows to pinch the bottom, and then you pull it out, and there's a little drip of honey on the end. Everybody knows this.
The movie is 2 hours and 3 minutes.
You're right. We got to keep this tight.
Patrick.
We got to keep this tight.
I need to know first from the chat if anybody else has eaten honeysuckle in the way that I've described, where you pull it out, you pull that little middle part out from the back.
Yeah, some people
I'm
have.
shocked you didn't know that.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I just like smelling them. I don't go up to random flowers and pick them and eat them. I just enjoy the scent.
You're pretending you wouldn't do that. That if someone told you there was an edible flower that you wouldn't use it as an ingredient.
Of course I would, but my instinct in my gut is not to go walk around and be like, that smells good. I'm going to suck its nectar out.
Now, have I told you that I have an idea for a TV show that we should do together? Have we talked about this?
Possibly.
Okay.
Are you just going to leave that dangling?
No, I mostly wanted to just keep delaying things so Patrick would fucking.
Big fan.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Should I taste it?
Yeah, do it, man. Put a little on your tongue and see what fizz happens there. Is it dancing? Are there big waves, or is it like a little?
It's like a fucking electric shock.
There you go, man. It's the yeast. I'm telling you, the yeast makes smaller bubbles. It's more like a beer, right?
Wow. Hold on.
Wow. Yeah. Jolt of botanicals, jolt of ginger, jolt of yeast. Dead air. Thinking. He's crying. He got emotional. Oh man, it's that good, huh? Or does it bring you back to it? Brings you back to sucking that nectar?
It's everything you want from a flowery, fruity soda.
You should have dropped this off in my house, man.
But
Fuck.
That initial, it's like this. It's like the initial wave. It's a flowery, fruity soda. And then a bigger wave overtakes that from behind of a very harsh, spicy ginger soda.
Fuck, man. They did it. A double wave, man. They got double bubbles, double wave of fucking flavor. Oh, that's so impressive. God damn, I wish I had this. I do. Sorry, I do. Damn, man.
I've never had anything like it.
Fuck. I gotta get this shit.
The closest I can think is L81. But L81 has like a sugary ginger soda to complement its apple flavor.
Right. It's a little thicker on the syrup. It's a little syrupier.
It's a little bit more.
It's less hot, right?
It's sweet and sweet. It's sweet and
less
sweet.
Spicy.
This is sweet and spicy. That's sweet and sweet. I've had L81 does the flavor combo. I never thought I'd taste another ginger soda with a flavor combo that way.
And then they fucking throw in some botanicals. They throw in some orange just to kind of kick you in the balls. Right
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take another sip. And I'm going to do a motion like that to let you know when the flour subsides and the ginger comes in.
Give me a punch and then a spike. Like the punch is the flour, the spike is the ginger. Okay.
Somebody, Smanchberger says L8 is overly sweet. Never talk shit about L81 again. Okay, ready? The punch is the flour, the spike is the ginger.
Right away. Oh! Wait. Keep it in your mouth. Let it settle. Take a sip. Listen to me. Take a sip. Shut up, Patrick.
Patrick, get the fuck out of here.
Take a sip. Let it settle. You got the punch. You got the spike. Just take 1 second, then swallow, then just let it. Even more explosion.
It's not great when you hold it in your mouth.
Okay. That's
it pulls back the curtain too much.
I'd say that's soda in general though, Chris.
Yeah.
Sorry, Patrick.
7 minutes. Can I give you 7 minutes? Okay, 7 minutes.
Great.
I feel like we're done.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, great.
Wait, Watto, you look shell-shocked.
Wow, nice, Watto. That looks beautiful.
Hang on, Watto. Let's make that a full screener.
First
Whoa, that was good, Watto.
Thank you. I tried to get that wry smile in there, as only the host of bullshit can give you.
Now, Watto, you did do the other cheek. Why?
I didn't. It's the mirror effect of the.
No, but you pointed to
the other one.
I'm so confused with the direction.
Yeah, you can't hide behind that.
No, because this is what happened. I'm realizing now. I'm using the photo booth on my computer as reference to look at while I draw it, but that's flipped from the image here. I'm so confused. I did it.
But you pointed in this camera view. You pointed to your other cheek and said this one.
But what you have to understand is, then I went to the photo booth window, and in that window, it looked like this was that cheek.
No.
Oh, hold on, everybody. Hold on. Chris?
I just started sweating, but like a pleasant sweat.
That's the ginger, man. It's got some packed in ginger. Sorry, everybody.
Watto?
When I breathe, it feels almost like a menthol in my chest.
I think I know how you can fix this.
It's a really good soda.
What?
Can you, on your other cheek,
tread lightly,
draw the host of Penn and Teller Fool Us, Allison Hannigan?
Only for another 1,600.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Okay.
I also think it would be nice if you drew a little speech bubble next to Teller saying, "I talk now."
Wait, people are saying this is yeast sweat. Is that a real thing? You can sweat from yeast that fast?
You would know better than I would, Don.
I've never had yeast sweat.
Look, Don, when I came on the screen, you said that I look shell-shocked.
Mm.
And how else does one respond to watching history in the making? To have the Fizzy Boys return, much like Michael
for
Jordan.
Charity. Only for charity could we get the Fizzy Boys to reunite. They would only do it for a good cause.
The fear is there any way they're still as good?
Oh my
God. In fact, you top your previous record.
Yeah, I don't know.
You might want to dust off some space on your mantle, because I think you guys are winning a Webby for this one.
I appreciate it.
Chris is still coming.
Well, my posture just straightened and my spine elongated.
Oh.
Wow, I don't know if this was what else was in this thing, man.
Don, remember that time we drank so much soda at your house that I did the most explosive shit of all time?
Yeah, man, that was. Thank God I had like a strong ass fucking toilet, man.
And Hallie was there that day.
I had like a toilet like in a like an airplane toilet.
But
like
it was right off it was right off your bedroom.
Yeah, oh yeah. It was a Brooklyn apartment, man.
Thinking about you. Thinking about you.
Thinking about you. No.
Thinking about you.
No,
Thinking
but
about you.
Later that night, and I just did that, and you're
thinking about you.
It's 12 feet away from it. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, we smelled it.
Talk about a little twist.
This was pre-marriage.
Talk about a little twist.
It did. I drank so many bubbles that.
Thinking about you.
I couldn't handle it.
Thinking about you.
Thinking about you.
Thinking about you.
Well, yeah, that's beautiful. Should we end on that and Chris talking about shitting in my toilet?
Thinking about you.
Is that a good
Thanks
ending?
so much for having us, guys. Support the Museum of the Moving Image.
Please
so
do.
we're excited to see you guys in a few weeks once we get this soda thing figured out.
Never repay you for the gift you have given to all of us fizzy babies.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Thanks for having us. This was fun.
Thank you for joining us.
It was really worth it.
I can't believe you have to watch a movie now.
I can't.
We don't have to. We want to for charity.
We want to do it.
Of course.
Thinking about you.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Look, I just got to say, a new episode of Fizzy Boys happening on this live stream. Talk about the little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Talk about the little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Thinking about you.
Think about you. Now, Patrick, just quickly before we start National Treasure, and I promise this will only take 15 or 20 minutes. Can we add on this stretch goal another 1,600 to draw Allison Hannigan?
Sure.
Of Penn and Teller Fool Us, a show that Watto often watches when he's trying to pull himself out of a panic attack. He finds it very relaxing.
So what's that, 54?
I think it would be, right? Yes. Studio 54.
Okay.
And here's another stretch goal I want to throw out.
Yeah.
At 5,000, Watto is going to do the garlic nut challenge. Talk about the little twist.
Talk about a little twist.
Those are a bunch of little twists.
Yeah.
At 4,900, it's only $9 away. I'll finish off this bag of Star Wars nerds from last year.
Dude, okay, now George, don't eat another one until we get those $9.
I won't.
Okay.
That's a $9 challenge. That's a bargain.
Yes.
Think about what you're getting.
A bargain is twice the price.
Think about what you're getting for $9. Imagine you were just walking down the street and you saw George Lucas and he had a little bit left of a bag of Star Wars nerds.
Yes.
And you knew that for $9, you went up and handed him $9.
Yeah.
Now,
You finish off the bag.
here is a serious question.
Yeah.
Would it behoove? No, this is serious. I'm trying to help you right now, Patrick.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing this for Patrick. Patrick, we're doing this for you.
For you. We didn't want to do this.
I'm not getting a chair yet.
We're doing this for you.
We want you to get that chair. We're so far away from you getting that chair.
We're doing anything we can to help you get that chair.
Patrick has done so much work today, and he's the only one who didn't get a chair.
It's not fair.
It's not fair to not get a chair.
It's not fair.
Not fair, no chair?
Wait, someone is saying at $6,000 we watch all of Studio 60 tonight. Not tonight.
No.
Not tonight.
But if we
We'll
raise
do it.
6,000, we'll do it.
We'll commit to doing it. It will
We'll
be
commit to doing it.
So August, the telethon is going to be Big Lake.
Yes.
And for September,
Yes.
we would do
all of Studio 60
on 9/11.
We don't want to forget.
No.
Now, Studio 60, I think, is on Amazon Prime, but I know also the DVD set is available.
Okay, wait, now can I say this, what I was going to say? And this is for your benefit, Patrick.
Yeah.
Would it behoove us to allow Planet Scum to reset the stream for the archive before we start National Treasure Book of Secrets?
Can I... Hang on.
Right? I might be right. Jersey Dave, come on, Jersey Dave. Talk about the Zaddy.
You know what? We'll see who gets to us first. Bryson, Jersey Dave, who's there?
Put me on here.
I'm here.
Okay, hey.
Yeah. What do you think, Bryson? Should we reset the stream or should we keep going?
The movie is over 2 hours long. Is it better?
It's 2 hours and 3 minutes.
Before we watch the movie.
Give me a second.
We're at 8 hours, Bryson.
Someone just said that Studio 60 is a classic TCGS watch-along.
That is true. That is true.
That's true.
Is that?
We used to watch it in the chat room thing that they had.
I think we'd have to break it up into a series. It's 22 episodes.
No, we can do it. We can do it.
And it's also, you have to buy it.
We'll do it.
The 22-minute episodes?
No, 44.
No.
Guys,
Okay.
I'm creating a new broadcast.
Okay. Everyone watching right now needs to promise that they will come back when we start again. Okay?
The stream will restart in a couple of minutes. No crawl.
Yes.
No crawl. We're just starting.
No
All right.
crawl?
Here we go. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
See
Bye.
you.
Bye, everyone.
All right, you guys stay here though.
Yes.
Me?
Sure. End the broadcast.
You guys stay here. You guys stay here so I can send you the info.
Yeah, we'll stay here.
That's fine, but I'm also going to go to the bathroom and prepare the garlic knot challenge.
Oh boy.
Okay, but we might start without you.
That's fine.
Let's end the broadcast, Bryce.
Oh, you want me to end the broadcast? Sorry,
People are still watching, so
And the pricing.
Make this. Okay, let's end.